Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at a new game called DragonSoul, and this is a free-to-play 3D kind of fantasy MMORPG with very heavy Chinese influence as far as graphics and stuff like that is concerned. But let's get started. You can see I have one character, level 17 warrior, kind of ran through, wanted to see what was going on, but let's show you guys the character. I guess I can't show you the character creation because there's either enter the game or delete a character, so I can't create another character, at least not here. But that's all right. We'll go ahead and enter the game, and this way I wasn't going to show you guys. I was actually going to show you guys the character creation, but then I was going to show you everything else with this character here. So log in. We've got a couple things I want to show you right off the bat. I do have a pet right here, this little bunny. You do have a full pet system, and what's cool about the pet system is as your pet levels up, you're going to earn different points, and then like this pet, he has specific skills, a skill set to him. He's kind of a ranged pet, and then so basically you're gonna take and adjust his statistics. I know we're kind of jumping right into things right now. The game does have a really solid tutorial, moving you around, getting you used to what's going on. The game is very similar to a lot of other kind of Chinese-influenced 3D MMORPGs, but it really kind of, in my mind, it really kind of reminds me a lot of Shia, and mainly because heavy focus on PvP. Let's see what we have here. We've got to go get some sage fruit, so we're going to click on that, and you can auto-run while I talk about this stuff. So really heavy emphasis on PvP. As you get further and deeper into the game, you're going to be able to get to a point where you could potentially rule your own kingdom inside of the game. So then you have these large-scale kingdom wars. Depending upon who the ruler is, that ruler can also have generals and chancellors and all kinds of different stuff. So the dynamic of the political system inside of the game is very, very deep. So that's something that's definitely a lot of people I know are talking about as far as the game is concerned. As far as the structure in the early game and moving through things, speaking of moving through things, I just walked right through that tree. So you do have some interesting things like that. I don't know why I was running around without using my mount. So let's see. There we go. Let's pull him up. And we're going to ride. So we're going to jump on our little panda. And with so many games, pulling out the panda as far as a character class that can be used, this game has it to where you can actually ride the panda, but not play the panda. You pretty much are limited in the character creation system. You don't have a bunch of different character races, I guess you could say. It's pretty simple character creation. You go through, you pick one of a few different classes, go in, bam, it doesn't take very long. You're in the game. Once again, it's one of those systems where you create your character and you're in so fast. Like I said, you don't have a lot of customization. So essentially the game is relying on you to spend money in the cash shop when you want to take and customize your character some more. So we have to collect some sage fruit, but I don't know where the hell this stuff is. This is one thing I can tell you that that I've seen that it's been a little bit disappointing is I came to this area earlier and I had to fight boars, and you can see, okay, there's a lion, but there's boars over here, and there actually weren't that many boars. There's only like a few of them, and it's kind of cool because, you know, I can just take and I can go to my battle support, hit start. I can pick which auto skills I want to use, and we've got our nice bot system that will level me up. But the difficulty is there just weren't that many monsters for me to fight, so I was essentially getting stuck. I was sitting there doing nothing. So kind of an interesting piece that it has, and you know, so many games, usually you're just inundated with monsters. I mean, there's just tons and tons of monsters. Now, I don't know how it is later on, but as far as right here in this area, not too much is going on. We can bring up the map. This is kind of the second area that you end up in. This is the first little town or city that you go to. And once you get here, you're going to take and you're going to do a bunch of quests that are going to run you around this city and pretty much show you all the stuff that's going on in the city. But what's really interesting about it is you could bring up all these different NPCs and you could just click on them and then you'll run off to them, or you can click on their name and stuff like that. So the movement, the movement system, they definitely have it set up very easily to where you can move around, get stuff done, all of that stuff, and not have to constantly be hunting things down. So let's see. So we just picked up some repeatable quests. So we need to take out some cat burglars. So let's go ahead and click on that. You can bring up your map and you can see where this is going to take me. It's going to take me to right here. We've got to take out 15 cat burglars. So we got to take out some of these gamblers too. So we've got all kinds of different guys we want to take out. So we have a couple of skills. We can bring up our skills. Where are our skills? Quest, skills are V. So we can bring up our different skills here. You can see the game starts you off and you have obviously a few different selections. So you can choose to be a warrior, a hunter, an assassin, or a mage. Supposedly there's another hidden class that's coming up later. And then you've got different job advancements as you cruise through the different levels. So you can see here you've got the champion, the gladiator, the strategist, mounted combat, and all of this different stuff are different skill trees that we have. So we're going to go ahead and we've got 13 points to assign. So we're going to throw a bunch into this artery slice. So yep, hit OK. Let's put a bunch more in there. And there we go. So we put 2 in there. Let's see what we got under champion. Unstoppable strike. We've got immunity break. Where's the one that we've already selected? There we go. So we've got power strike. Let's see if we can throw some more points in there. So it's kind of nice that you have all these different skills, and you could, structure yourself in different ways. But it looks like you're going to have the ability to pick up a lot of different skills here. So we're going to go ahead and throw that down there. And let's go ahead and use our skills. So let's target this guy and let's attack. Now, one of the cool things, as you can see, I am able to stay mounted while I'm fighting. So I don't have to take and I don't have to jump off my mount and fight away. So the fighting system is pretty simple. Basically, just set your auto attack, and then you do like I said, you have the different skills that you're going to use and stuff like that. So it is disappointing that there's not music going, or even some simple kind of basic music that gives some background noise or whatever. But you could throw on your iTunes or anything like that. Most people add their own music in there anyways. So I think this guy's gonna beat me, so I'm just gonna run away. I think I want to take out these guys. Yeah, he's a little bit higher level than, he's level 25, but he's also, his name is in red, and he's also an elite. So let's start just taking out this crazy gambler. So you can see my pet is very interested in him. So we need to bring up our pet and get him to fight the guy that I want him to fight. So there we go. He ran back, and now he's attacking this guy. It's funny because it's so often that you get used to certain controls in certain different games, and then when you play other games, the controls they fail you because you try to do different things. Like you saw, I tried to bring up skills by hitting K. So this is the game activities. This is a really cool system. As you can see, you got all these different activities. A lot of different games have this type of stuff. So you've got daily, you've got weekend, you've got guild, you've got kingdom, you've got instance, festival, boss, and others. So there's all kinds of different, essentially, events that you can take part in and do different stuff in the game that will help you level up faster, help you get gear, all of that different stuff. So let's see if we can take some of these guys out while we look at some more of our stuff. So we already saw our pet menu. O brings up which is essentially our top list. You can see the game has only been open a little bit. Well, I can say only a little bit, but the closed beta that they had recently, everything actually carried over. There was not a wipe, so a lot of people still have their characters from a recent closed beta. So we can bring that up again. You can see you can separate different rankings, so to say, by all these different things: accomplishment, achievements, arena, charisma, attention, all this different stuff. And then you've got all these different listings, so you can look at different characters and how they're doing or how they're ranking based upon that. But here we go. So like I was saying, I was trying to take out these gamblers, and we've taken out 2, but now where are the rest? They're gone. There's none left for me to fight. So we've got a crazy gambler. Oh, there's a couple over here, and there's one that just respawned. So it looks like we're finally finding some that are spawning in different places. But like I said, it was really kind of frustrating that I had those boars and I couldn't find enough of them to take out. So, but there we go. We're finding some gamblers, and let's bring up our skill menu. We've got to find some more skills that are for my two-handed sword. Gladiator short weapon. That's the other thing. You want to make sure that you pick skills that are essentially for the weapon that you're using. So this is the power strike, close range, instant. So what do we have here? Champion long handle, champion long handle. So I think this one is actually for the weapon that I'm using. So there we go. Let's go ahead and equip that, and let's go ahead and drop that in right there. Actually, we're going to just drop that right there. And then we'll throw that one there, and hopefully this will now work. So we'll take out this gambler, select a target. There we go. Start attacking, and there we go. I went to go ahead and turn the camera, and because I'm used to using the wrong key, so there we go. I can't use this skill while mounted. So let's go ahead and jump off of our mount. Let's dismount so I can use this skill. There we go. Unstoppable strike. Now, the game does have it to where there's different skills and then different strikes, and depending upon how you use them, you're going to see different, obviously you saw different animations, but your weapons can actually change and do different things based upon the strike that you kind of use. So that's kind of a cool little feature. So we've also got these cat burglars we got to take out, so we might as well take these out. So we can get a nice up close and personal on the cat burglars. Let's see what they look like. So graphically, you can see the game is definitely using a little bit of an older engine graphically, but you know, I've talked about this in the past, and I can understand why gaming companies do it. They do it because for a couple reasons in a game like this. Well, one is because you open the game up to far more players, and two, if you're touting the game as being heavy PvP, you're going to have situations where you have a lot of players on the screen at the same time. So sometimes when you try and have these higher end graphics, it gets very difficult when you are having all of these different, you know, spell effects and weapon effects and all this different stuff going on. So I can see why a game like this, which is touted to be very heavily on the PvP side, would definitely opt for something a little bit lower end as far as the graphics are concerned. And with that said, the graphics are not bad at all. I mean, you could take and you can get in up close and look at my guy. We'll go ahead and let's bring up the, that's the party. Let's bring up his inventory. Do we have any other weapons that we can equip so we can take a look at them? No, unfortunately I sold them all. So we got a soldier top. Do we have anything else? No. What's really interesting, though, is when you take and you look at your character and you bring up your armor, you actually have a boot for each foot. You have a knee pad for each knee. You have pants, just one set of pants, a glove for each hand, and then a spalder for each shoulder, then just one top, one helmet, and stuff like that. But it's kind of interesting that you have all these extra items, which in a way it's kind of cool because you're going to be able to find all these items that are going to give all these extra bonuses. So kind of a cool little system as far as that's concerned. But hey, look at that. We found a whole bunch of cat burglars. So you know what? I want to show you guys. And there's one thing about the game. The game has, you can see that character just went by riding a glowing dinosaur with a glowing turtle. The game has loads and loads of different mounts and different pets that you can choose and use. So I'm actually going to use the auto bot fighting system right now while we check out some more of these different features. But definitely one cool feature of the game is, like I was just talking about, is definitely the fact that there's so many different mounts and pets and stuff like that that are available in the game. Now, additionally, you're going to find that you're going to be able to customize not only your character, but you're going to be able to improve your gear. They've got a full crafting and enchanting system. You know, there's not really many games out there anymore that don't have a full crafting and enchanting system, or like you see here, the ability to just click on different things and be able to move to a certain area, just an auto move system, so to say. You can see you've got a basic chat down here. It's not too busy, but occasionally you got people chatting away and talking about different stuff. So you can see we've got our pet system, but we also have our mounts. And here's all the different mounts that you would own. If you have even more than just one page, you'll have multiple pages of them and stuff like that. So kind of a cool system. You can also take it and put this pet away, bring out a different pet. I've got this frog. I've also got this insect. So you start to collect some of these pets pretty quick. And Then you've also got the change harden. You've got the ability to update and evolve your different pets. So you're gonna find that's almost like the pets have their own enhancement and enchanting system, I guess you could say. So let's cruise over here and take out this cat burglar and see what else we want to see. So we already saw the backpack. We saw our friends list. You do have the party system, so you can take and you can recruit party members and do different stuff like that, or create parties. So that's kind of a cool system. Unfortunately, it's not as dynamic as you would think, but hey, not every game can have that. But I think that's one thing. I was reading an article recently, and it was talking about how the MMOs are actually probably going to see their high level of popularity start to wane, and it move more towards a social gaming. But I actually think that MMOs are going to move more towards social gaming, and I think we're going to start to see more and more games make it much more easy for players to be able to essentially party up or raid up or do different stuff like that. Now, raids are obviously a lot more difficult, quite simply because you have to have tactics and all of those different things. But either way, this gives you a basic idea of the game. You've also got the different expressions, and you can do different stuff with your mounts, target, ride your mount. You've got all the different emoticons and stuff like that you could play with. You've got an apprenticeship system, so you can either be a master or an apprentice. You can give presents to your friends. Here's your guild manor. If you have a guild, you're going to have a manor, and you'll have full information and all that stuff. Farm, ranch, and fishery. So kind of a cool little system there. You've got collection exchange, open roster exchange panel, release or collect currently selected pet. We don't want to do that. Release or collect currently selected mount. Nope. Open the exchange interface. So you can see you've got this full exchange interface, instant reputation, and building achievement, stuff like that. So, I mean, the game has a lot of depth to it. I mean, they definitely aren't lacking for depth. I just wish there was things like background music, which you think is the basic stuff. And, right now I'm not having a problem finding these cat burglars. But I'll tell you what, when I was fighting those boars, I was having a hell of a time trying to find those boars. But it seems like right now I'm not having a problem finding things to fight. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. If you'd like to play or learn more about DragonSoul, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.